From ABC7 Los Angeles, here are today's headlines.
Today we're reporting 128 new cases, and I'm really sad to report an additional 2 deaths. This brings the total number of deaths to 7 in LA County. To the families and friends who lost loved ones, please know our thoughts and prayers are with you, and our Los Angeles County community very much feels your loss and your heartache. The total number of cases now in LA County is 536. As of March 22nd, about 4,700 people were tested in LA County, and about 10% of people who are tested are testing positive. Nonetheless, since we're going to experience some limitations in testing for the next few weeks, it's more important than ever for every single person to follow all of the social distancing requirements. And I want to thank everybody who's been extraordinarily diligent. And I also want to acknowledge how devastating these requirements have been to some of our households and appreciate everyone's willingness to do their part. But I want to remind the rest of you and the rest of us who are not following social distancing requirements that it's inappropriate for people to congregate at parks, beaches, piers, or on the trails. You cannot be in spaces and places where you are not able to socially distance. And that means you need to keep apart from each other at least by 6 feet. We need your help. Social distancing isn't a sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. For this to be successful, we all need to practice social distancing all of the time, particularly when we're in any public spaces.
We estimate about a half of our students are continuing to learn at the pace they had been at school. Maybe a quarter are doing okay, but additional work is needed to make sure students are getting the full benefit of the learning. And about 1/4 aren't getting the learning opportunity they should be. Standing in the way is a great big digital divide. Not all of our students can participate online because they lack the needed digital learning devices at home or even access to the internet. And not all students, families, and educators have been provided with enough training to support online learning. We've authorized an emergency investment of $100 million to help close this gap and make sure every student, regardless of their circumstances, gets the education they deserve. We will provide devices and internet connections for all students and training for all students, teachers, and families. This is an unprecedented commitment, but a necessary one.
An inmate at California State Prison, Los Angeles County in Lancaster is now the first person in the state's prison system to be diagnosed with coronavirus. That inmate started feeling sick last week, is in stable condition right now, and also in isolation. There are also 5 prison workers who've been diagnosed with the virus. 2 are over at Cal State Prison Sacramento, 1 is at Folsom State Prison nearby, and 2 are at the California Institution for Men in Chino.
Pumping gas, you'll have to touch the pump, nozzle, and maybe the hose. Getting cash out of the ATM, you're going to have to push keypad buttons or touch a screen. Going food shopping, you'll need to push a shopping cart or carry a basket. Every one of those surfaces could potentially expose you to coronavirus.
While this coronavirus appears to spread primarily when people cough or sneeze and respiratory droplets land on those nearby, research suggests that it may survive on surfaces made from a variety of materials for hours or even days.
Avoid touching surfaces with your fingertips. Instead, use a pen or your knuckle to press an elevator button or an ATM keypad or a touch screen.
If you can't avoid touching high-touch surfaces, you can also carry tissues with you and use them to grab a doorknob or handrail. Just be sure to throw them away after using. Another option is to use your sleeve to cover your hands or fingers.
And your smartphone may not be a public surface, but it too can harbor bacteria, viruses, and other germs. Clean it often with a 70% isopropyl alcohol wipe. And of course, even after doing all of these things, wash your hands as soon as you can and avoid touching your face. Veronica Miracle, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
University of California Irvine researchers officially launched the first Southern California trial of an antiviral treatment specifically for COVID-19, the much talked about remdesivir made by Gilead Sciences.
When we test the patient for COVID-19, if they turn out to be positive, and the patients will then get informed consent, and if they consent to be part of the trial, then we'll enroll them into the trial.
Remdesivir is a broad-spectrum antiviral treatment previously tested in humans for Ebola. In animal studies, it did show promise in treating SARS and MERS.
It actually looks for unique genetic material that's on the virus and goes in there and attacks the virus and kills it. So it's kind of a seek and destroy type of mission.
UCI is part of the National Institutes of Health study, along with other medical centers across the country, to administer remdesivir and compile patient outcomes, like improvement in symptoms and length of hospital stay.
Did they need to be intubated or not intubated? So we'll be looking at various parameters.
Besides efficacy, doctors will look closely at side effects and overall safety. Remdesivir is given intravenously once a day for 10 days. UCI has already started admitting trial patients. Dr. Alpesh Amin expects initial study participants will be the ones who are very ill. And how quickly this trial got started gives Dr. Amin hope.
Given the fact that we have this, I am confident we will actually be ahead of the curve as time goes on.
If the drug shows promise, the goal is to give it to patients in a community setting. Denise Tudor, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Now, ABC7 is teaming up with the LA Rams, our new broadcast and community partner, for a virtual telethon to help people struggling with the coronavirus emergency. The money raised will benefit United Way of Greater Los Angeles' Pandemic Relief Fund and LA Regional Food Bank. Rams captains Jared Goff and Andrew Whitworth have already donated a combined $500,000. That money will finance 2 million meals. Watch Eyewitness News tomorrow from 4 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. to see how you can help as well.
Your neighbors are in need. Now, ABC7, the LA Rams, and the United Way are joining for a first-ever virtual telethon, Tuesday, right here on Eyewitness News. Your donation helps make a difference for families during these unimaginable times, providing immediate relief for low-income individuals, students, and families at risk. Any amount helps the most vulnerable among us, because we're all in this together. For complete coverage, watch ABC7 and get updated headlines anytime on abc7.com and the ABC7 Los Angeles app.